Okay friends, welcome back. Now we are solving more questions from the chapter number 2 of the P3O, that is why we have to invest in the P3O. So let's begin. So this particular question is dealing with your 16.1, says which is the area where there is improvement targets and related key performance indicators should be set for the P3O. Now KPIs, where we have to KPI, it should always be measurable, that you need to recall. And now read the options available for this. Option A says that improved portfolio balance in terms of overall risk in the life cycle stages. Option B says greater independence from the strategic objective. Option C says increased number of projects in startup at any one time, and increased number of programs scoring amber and red at get review. Now try to read this particular where the key performance indicator you are going to set for the P3O. You are not going to set the key performance indicator for individual projects or a program. So you have to think from that point of view. Greater independence from the strategic objective is not a KPI, it's not measurable, right? So it's a very subjective term. Increase the number of projects in startup at any one time. It's again not giving the value for the organization. And increase number of programs scoring amber and red at a gated review, that is a danger thing. It is negative, it's a disbenefit. So you can reject this three option. Okay, so option A is left, where improve the portfolio balance in terms of the overall risk and the life cycle stages. That should be the correct answer. Let's explore. Yeah, that is the correct answer, and the rationale is already mentioned over here, so I'm not reading for you. You can read that and you can answer in the examinations as well. So let's move to the next question. Question number 62 says which is not a typical key performance indicator which can be used in measure of success of the P3O. Now read this question very carefully. Have you noticed something? Okay, what? You can guess. The not. It is a kind of negative question. So sometimes you know what would be the right answer, but your mind is hacked to jump to the answer, and you are sometimes, though you know the right answer, you are ended up selecting the wrong answer. So which is not a KPI, that you need to understand. So let's explore the option A. Increase the success of the program delivery to budget. It's a KPI. Enhance the contribution measures against the benefit realization plan. Again, that's a KPI. Improve the portfolio balance in relation to spend short-term contract resources. That again a KPI. Increase the use of implemented tools by the operational staff. Again, this seems not to be measurable. Means you not need to measure that that how many operational staff using the tool, that not linked to your benefits. So I believe D would be not the KPI, and that should be the correct answer. Let's see. Yeah, so it's already given the rationale. You can read the rationale. I will pause for a while. You can read it. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 63, which says which is a part of the business governance structure whose requirement must be met by reporting of a P3O. Okay, must be made. Must be made means they are from the senior board management members. Then and then the requirement of governance should be always compliance. So let's explore the options. A, senior management board, external stakeholder. I believe that you can straight away reject. Component office within the P3O, that's again not head of P3O. So you have to choose between A and D. And they ask which is the business governance structure whose requirement must be met by reporting of a P3O. Reporting of the P3O means head of the P3O should match the requirement. So I believe A would be the correct answer. Yeah, that is the correct answer, and the rationale is already given over here. I kept it up to you. You can read and recall the concept. Let's move to the number 64. To identify the core issues problem, which techniques is used by the senior management? It's a very direct question, that which tool or technique we use to identify the core issues of the problem. P3O value matrix, state question and state answer. Again, all the P3O model, P3O information portal, enterprise review software, these are the tools. This model is there are 5 different models, that permanent and temporary mix of all both, but it is not a technique that we use. So P3O value matrix is a technique. As I given you the example, the kite festival, the kite support an enabling function, and enabling and restraining function. So this is the value matrix, is the tool we used. Now question number 65, which principle of extracting value does a P3O support by ensuring the issues are escalated to the right decision maker, making the authority? Now this is the question where govern effectively principles comes into the play. Like, why govern effectively? You have a limited bandwidth of your management. You can't allow all in each issues to be escalated to the management level, so you set some threshold level. So govern effectively is the principle by which you can set some threshold level and make sure that your senior management should get all the required information once it crosses the threshold. So that is the correct principle. Invest in people and process is not related to the escalation. Safeguarding value is again not related to the question paper. So B seems to be A seems to be the correct answer. Yeah, that seems to be the correct answer, that govern effectively extracting value does support by ensuring that issues are escalated to the right decision maker and the authority.